Good afternoon. Hello. Welcome. Me and all thought we'd come and have a little chit chat while we do this. Do you want to show the camera what we're doing?
We're doing
A bunny family. Paint your own bunny family. Shall I get the scissors or can you manage?
I can manage. Actually, scissors would be nice.
So Easter's actually over, isn't it? Oh, we're a little late for the party.
Just a week. We got a week.
Yeah, we'll eke it out. Have you had a nice Easter weekend?
Yeah.
Did you get nice Easter chocolates?
Yeah, some from the co-op around the corner. Because you couldn't be bothered to go to like Tesco.
Do you not like me doing that?
No, I love the chocolate.
I thought that was a good one.
The chocolate's the best. It was mini eggs, but dairy milk chocolate, and it's like the mini eggs are inside of it, but crumpled up. They look more like M&Ms.
Yeah, they did look like...
But crossed with Skittles.
Yeah, but then the chocolate was quite thick on the egg, wasn't it? So that was quite good. You didn't get me an Easter egg. The Easter bunny didn't come to me. It's okay because I ate some of yours. This one's got ears. Is this one Daddy? Has Daddy got the ears?
Dad's got the ears.
Okay. Cute. And then is this one me?
I'm not good at articulate, so I'm just going to take Dylan's.
You're not good at what, sorry?
I'm not good at actually painting stuff.
You are. And then, oh, this one's cute.
So I'm going to
do Dylan's. Look at our Posca pens, you know. Do you want to do, oh, this is so sweet.
It's so tiny though. Look how this is. Mum thought I could do. Look at the egg.
Oh, you're like a real.
Look at that.
Oh, that's so good. Oh.
The egg.
So,
This reminds me of your Russian dolls that you used to have.
they are. That's exactly what they are. Yeah.
Barbie girl.
Oh, there we go.
Barbie Rose.
So, how did you see? You had a nice Easter weekend.
Yeah.
What did you do over the weekend?
I can't remember.
Did you do an Easter egg hunt at all?
Oh yeah, I went to a church and did an Easter egg hunt.
An Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy being at the church?
I did.
You said you wanted to get christened. Do you still think you'd like to get christened?
I mean, I don't mind. I mean, all of you guys have.
That's true. That's true. It's nice pastel colours all. I think these will look beautiful, like Easter colours, aren't they? What do you reckon? So which one am I allowed to do? I want to do that guy. Are you doing the big one? Should we start from the biggest and work down?
No, because biggest is Dad.
Yeah, so you start with Daddy.
Wait, does Dad,
And I'll do
Dad
me.
want to do one himself?
Oh, to be fair, Dad probably just want to do one himself. Oh, where they all gone? They are very cute. Very cute.
You can't let... Oh, I just realised this one's back to front.
Super cute. But we have had a lovely Easter weekend.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Can you put me open them?
Yeah. Weekend. And we went to a church. Oliver's tutor
Single.
does the volunteering at the church. So she did like the Easter egg hunt, didn't she? And yes, that was quite sweet, wasn't it? With some friends. What did we do on Sunday? Do you remember? What did we do? What did we get up early on Sunday to do?
Kaboom.
Yeah,
And I got £200 from the
Oliver got £200. He sold all his things. Did you enjoy doing it? Am I doing this one? Can I start?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy doing your car boo?
I love it.
Did you? What's the best thing about doing a car boo?
I like to just, there was a boy there. He was just walking past, and he saw it, and he just got really excited to try to get it.
Yeah.
I think it was like his first thing he got.
Did you mind getting up at 5 a.m. to do your car boot sale?
I think I was falling asleep in the car ride. And also, when I wake up like that early, I actually start to feel sick.
Yeah. Well, don't you, Oliver?
Yeah.
And what is it like though when you get out of the car? The minute you get there at 6 a.m., don't you? And
I think that's supposed to be chocolate melting.
Oh, do you want me to do that chocolate? Or did it pink?
That's fine.
Pink
chocolate.
Pink chocolate. No, but when you get there, you queue up, don't you, in the queue at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
You have to be in the queue for 6 a.m. That's what time it opens for traders. And then you get in the queue, don't you? And then the minute you get to your stall, what happens?
And then all the nerds just follow you for the best stuff.
Literally, Oliver made £100 in like 10 minutes.
And then another 100 took 5 hours.
But Dad says that's because you have good taste in toys. So what did they want the most, the traders? What were they looking for?
WWE.
Yeah, you sold a lot of WWE, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So, because why did you want to do a car boot sale?
Well, I've had my eye on something. By the way, I actually promised my viewers in one of my videos that I would buy a pack for £16 if I got 10 subscribers. And as soon as before I even posted it, I look on my channel and I got 10 subscribers. So I bought the pack, and also I got something called a stick tighten. Looks like this. It's like an action figure, but it's not like painted or anything. So it's kind of just plain. But for some reason, I really like them because you can take their limbs off and like put them onto different colours. I got a blue and white one, so I can mix and match them.
So yeah, that's what you were working for, wasn't it? That's why you wanted to do your car boot sale. So it was worth it, wasn't it? Because then you've got some money in your bank as well. You went to the bank and banked it yesterday, didn't you, Oliver?
Yeah. Sarah Green.
Would you recommend people to do car boot sales?
Yeah, car boot sales are cool.
Do you think it teaches you things about money?
Yeah. I mean,
what do you think it teaches you? It was handling the money, wasn't you? So you had to tell people how much it was, and you had to take their money and you had to give them change often, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I think that teaches you how to handle money, which is a good skill to have at 8 years old, Oliver. I mean, I was a little awkward when people were asking me. I just kept looking over to you, didn't I? I was like, oh, ask the boss, how much do you want? And then you'll say like, I want £5, and they'll be like, will you take £3? And what do?
I've learned if you want to negotiate, the way that you want to do it, if you go for like 35, you want to always go down. You can never go up.
Ah, is that your top tip?
No.
So that's a great tip. So start high, because you can't go up, can you? You can't say, oh, actually, I changed my mind, I want a tenner for that. But you can come down, right? Okay. You like to meet them in the middle as well, don't you? You say, I'll meet you in the middle. I also think it's really good you sell your toys to other people.
I mean, another person, like a little boy, is it?
Yeah, little boy,
a little boy. And he like walked up to a store, and there was like this big shaped magnet. And he like walked right up to it, didn't even know, my mum or my dad didn't even know what it was. I was standing in. He just walks over to the carpet and he just full and opens it exactly how you do it and just starts playing with the magnets inside.
He knew straight away what it was, didn't
he?
Yeah, that little boy loved that magnet, and he got that, didn't he?
Yeah.
The little boy loved the magnet. So it's really good. We also learned to do a great bacon sandwich at the car boot sale.
Yeah.
True. True story.
True.
So we were gone by 11, wasn't we? With the money in our pocket, we were running out of there. That's your second time, isn't it? And every time you've doubled your money, actually, Oliver.
I mean, last time I got 100. This time I got 200.
Yeah.
You know what?
Darling?
You should edit, in this video. Last year, I got a picture, and it was me holding all my money, like my £100, sitting in the back of the car, really happy, at the same spot. And I wanted to remake that picture, so we did it this year.
Well, that sounds like that's a really good challenge for me, Oliver, because I don't know how to drop photos in to these videos.
When Mum figures it out,
learn.
it's right there.
Yeah. Do you want to know something else quite interesting, Oliver?
Yeah.
I have been reading the book. Do you remember what book I'm reading this month?
No.
Power Manifesting by our favourite Paul McKenna. You like him, don't you?
He put me to sleep.
He actually did. When it was the cat boot sale day, Daddy said, just close your eyes. It was in the afternoon. And he said, just close your eyes, have a little nap. And little Mr. I never nap was fighting it. So Daddy said, just lay there and shut your eyes. And I put on the Paul McKenna sleep trance. Within about 2.5 seconds.
Half an hour later,
you came back round. Did you feel good?
It felt like, for me, it felt like this. It felt like that. But for Mum and Dad, it was...
It was gorgeous. You do quite like his trances, don't you?
I do. Shout out to Paul McKenna.
Shout out to Paul McKenna. You like it when he does that
Paul
thing
McKenna.
through his ears, don't you?
To the left.
Yeah.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
Crisscross.
Crisscross.
Okay, that's not what I was going to tell you. Right, what I was going to tell you is in his book, he talks about coding time. And he talks about that people code time differently. Did you know this? Did you know this was a thing? Me neither. I'd never heard anything about coding time. To be fair, I've probably never thought about it. But what he says is people code time differently. So sometimes people code time with the past being behind them and the future being in front of them. Or they may code time where the past is to the left of you and the future is to the right of you. So you had to do this practice where you shut your eyes and you had to visualise like things that were behind you, things that were in front of you. Mine come out to a bit of a curveball. So mine is behind, like if I think about like Christmas, that to me is behind me, but almost like a curve, like a circular, like the calendar is like a spiral or something. And then when I think about time in front of me, that's kind of like curved, but it is in front of me. So if you think about Christmas, where is it in your head? Behind you visually?
Well,
Or is it to the left of you? Or is it on an angle? There's no right or wrong answer.
what do you mean?
So just sit there for a minute. Okay. You can close your eyes if you want. And you can just think about where time is. Is time behind you? So think about December where Christmas was and think about what we did. Where is it in your mind?
In my mind, to the left of me.
Is it? Wow, that's amazing. That's fascinating. So if you think about your birthday coming up, where is it?
In front of me.
Is it in front of you to the right, or is it in front of you directly, or is it curved? Is it a straight line?
It's diagonally to the right.
Oh my god! So is your
that
past
way.
diagonally to the left? So is this like your future and this is your past?
Yeah.
Oh my
Future.
goodness. That is amazing. I can't wait to study this question.
Well, actually, my future's that way.
Yeah.
My past is that way.
But some people see their future like directly in front of them. Or directly to one side. What about when you used to go to school? That was like distant memory, like way back. And what about imagine you going to college? In front of you.
I hope
So
I get
interesting. Well, you're going in a minute if you get your shoes on.
I am actually.
Does a PE session
from
at
this
the college.
college.
Let us know if you code time to the front, to the back, to the left, to the right. Let us
In
know
the comments,
how. Write in the comments below.
If you're on phone or tablet or something, just like go right under there. Yeah. Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down. Just tap right. Right easy. Right.
Coding time, hey? Who knew? I thought that was really fascinating. It's all to do with manifesting. So it's all to do with when you want to visualize your future self and think about the goals you want to have, it's knowing where to visualize and where to put them. So you're then going to put them, and then what you can do is you can work with them, imagining them, work back to know how you actually get there. So it's like a 4-part step. In one of the trances, he puts you under, and you imagine yourself in 1 year's time, and then you work backwards 3 months, and where was you, and then 6 months, and then back to see how you achieve them goals. So it's really, really fascinating, actually. So I'd never heard of coding time, and I've never really imagined how people think of coding time.
I stubbed my toe.
Are you okay? I would recommend using these Posca pens. These pens are the best for crafting.
Posca pens are bossing.
Posca pens are bossing, absolutely.
Bossing.
Oh, God, I've said it wrong. Bussing.
Bossing.
Bussing.
Bossing.
Which means, in the Urban Dictionary, means good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we need to...
We are going to tidy it up. Step. Tidy in the cupboard. So, here we go. Do you know what? I've not cleaned this cupboard for a really long time, and I know that is true because I have just taken out some tea, some herbal tea that expired in 2021. I love a declutter, an energetic declutter. It does something to me. It makes me happy. I also really enjoy clearing out bins. How weird is that? When I empty the bins, I just feel good. Now, I empty the kitchen bin like every day, of course. I clean the bins daily in the kitchen, but like bedrooms and bathrooms and stuff, I don't. And I just love it. I just love that job of getting all the bins. It does something to me. So that is what's happening now. So something's very strange has happened to me, and I don't know what's happened. I've stopped drinking coffee. Unintentionally stopped drinking the love of my life. Oliver was like, are you okay? What's happening? And I honestly don't know what's happened. I've gone completely off it. I had the migraine, which I've been talking about for God knows how long, 10 days ago, and I haven't had a coffee since. So I say 10 days ago, it's the Friday, and we're now a week on Tuesday, so whatever that works out. I've just got no interest in it at all, and I don't know why, because I don't feel like it was the coffee that gave me the migraine or anything. It just, I don't know. So I'm gonna get my love back for herbal teas, because we went to my mum's and I said, oh, I don't want a coffee. She went, well, do you want a tea? And I was like, oh yeah. So she made me a lovely mint tea, which is, I think it was the Pucker 3 mints, which I already have anyway at home, so that's handy. I'm just going to drink more of that. So I just took, Oliver went to home ed session, and I just took my travel cup, but with the herbal tea in. So I feel like I'm not missing out, which is very strange because I stopped drinking a few years back, and similar thing happened to me. I just stopped completely. I mean, I'd had kind of a big night out and it was probably a good idea, but I just never drank again really. But it was like, the bit that felt weird was like if I went into a bar or we went out and I wasn't holding a glass. So I quite like the idea of like, I'd drink a lot of Prosecco, or I wanted a nice like gin glass with a non-alcoholic drinking. And now I'm feeling like that's what's happening with my coffee. I don't know why. Maybe I was slightly dependent on coffee, and I think my head has been quite fuzzy since. I think I like being coming off the coffee because I was having like 2 to 3 coffees a day and I loved it. I loved my coffee. So I'm not putting any pressure on, like, if I drink coffee, fine, but I think maybe it's probably useful to not be drinking as much. So I'm just going to have my herbal teas. So I really need to clean out. But what's really frustrating me is I used to get this rhubarb tea, and I'm sure it was from Taylor's, and it was in like a box like this, I guess, but it was a Taylor's box, which I think is Betty's, isn't it? Does Taylor's own Betty's? But now I can't find them anywhere. Like, do they exist or did I make them up? But if anybody knows a good rhubarb tea, please let me know, because I love that. I'm not going to do a before and after because there's not much to show, but it does. I'm just going to clear it all out, and wipe it all down, put it all back, and just, I feel like this is the start of my caffeine-free life for some reason. And I think I'm going to miss the experience, like with alcohol, very much like I used to like to have a coffee with somebody or meet somebody for a coffee, or I don't know, kind of feels like, I don't know, it's a nice thing to do. And Chris and I always had coffee together. We used to have wine together. Now we don't have wine together. Now we're not going to have coffee together. So I feel like I still want to be able to do them things, like go to a coffee shop, and I don't want to miss out on that. So I just need to source some nice tea now, don't I? Excuse all of us singing in the background. He's in the air. Okay, so I thought, oh, 10 minutes. I'll just pick up the YouTube Secrets book. I'm on page 22 and I'm already crying. And not 100% from the book. It's going to be a slow game, so he's playing with his friends, so you're probably going to hear him. It ended up, so it's giving some examples of YouTubers, and it was a homeschooling mum. Paused the book and jumped over to YouTube, and anyway, I landed on something she'd recommended, which was a TED Talk from a little boy. I think he was 12. It was quite an old TED Talk, but it actually didn't date. It just had me crying. It was absolutely beautiful. Just all the reasons why. I could go again. I'll try not to. All the reasons why we chose to homeschool, this little boy just spoke about. He called it hack school, and it was so cute. Values were happiness, creativity, and I've forgotten what the other one was, but that was it. That was their things that they stuck. They were their values, and if it didn't hit them values, then they wouldn't be doing it. And it was just so beautiful to hear him speak about it. And yeah, it was just absolutely gorgeous. And some of the comments underneath had put like, I wonder what he's doing now. I think it was quite old. It might be 12 years ago or something. I'll link it in the description, because I think anybody who's got any interest in homeschooling has got to listen to this little boy. Somebody had put like, oh, I've just gone on his LinkedIn, and I think he had his own business and stuff, but he was just amazing. Just the way he was speaking about his experience of homeschooling and getting up and speaking in front of all them people. It was so good. So the mums have a little WhatsApp group. I sent it straight to them. So I was like, yeah, I challenge any of you to watch this without shedding a happy tear. It's just so nice. So go back to my book and try and get through it. This was only the introduction. So it's going to take me a while if I'm going to keep stopping to search everybody talking about. I'd love to talk more about homeschooling. For us as a family, it's brought absolute joy. It's the best thing we've ever done. Like, not just for Oliver, but for us as a family. Personally, like, just generally slowing down and having that time with Oliver is just the best feeling in the world. And watching him learn, like, you know, we go to these places and I get to experience that with him. I get to see him learning and having these like fabulous time and having these experiences. You know, he would have got in school to a certain degree, you know, on field trips and things like that, but he does it weekly, and I get to be there and watch it and witness it and have these fantastic moments with him. Like, we went to a lambing farm last year and this year, and the lady there, like,
really praised him. She was like, I can't believe how much he can remember. And to be honest, I was surprised because you don't always realise the learning, because particularly with boys, if they're not sat down at a table and they look like they're concentrating, even when he's out and about and he's learning, he might be faffing around with something else. And it's like, oh God, is he listening? Is he concentrating? But then it just shows that a year later he goes back to a farm and he's remembered some of the things. So yeah, it was lovely. That happens so often and he's just absolutely thriving. He has a tutor, but at first that was not a possibility. Like that was just not something he wanted to do. He was not interested in sitting down and having that like school experience, but now he's absolutely thriving with his tutor. So it just shows that learning can look so different and it doesn't have to be in the classroom. It doesn't have to be how we think it is. TED Talk just gave me all the feel. The last 18 months have just been incredible. And I think I will do a full video on like just our experience, just some takeaways for it. But we've got a long way to go. Yeah, it's unlikely Oliver, he says he doesn't want to go back to school. I think it's unlikely he'll ever go back to school, but the door is open. If he wants to go back to school, we would never stop him. I don't think he would belong in a school before he then quickly realised that actually he can thrive so much better out of the school. He can learn in his own way. And he's so resourceful and he just absorbs things much more. And he's thirsty for learning now. That's what his tutor always says. He's like, Oliver's so thirsty for learning. And he really is. And I never felt like he was when he was in the school environment. He just never seemed to be happy, to be honest. And that was like one of the big things. I was like, this is brutal. Like for a 6-year-old to be so unhappy. There's lots of things. I think like, I know, like, I had some of his teachers, oh, he's fine when he's here, he's okay. And I think he was masking great in school. But I just knew it wasn't right. And I think particularly I'd pick him up from after school and he was upset again. He was upset when he was going into school. He was upset when he was leaving school. And I was like, this is not the life I want for him, but it's not the life I want for me. Like, I didn't want to be a mum, have the worst of him. Like, I wanted to have the best of him. I wanted us to have a good life together. And I think you kind of have that old school mindset of like, oh, you can't be the friends. I think, well, I want to be Oliver's friend. I'm happy to be Oliver's best friend forevermore. We have a respect level and we understand each other really well. And we just love doing life together. So why not? Why not continue doing life together? But for us as a family, homeschooling has literally been the best thing ever. I could talk about homeschooling Oliver until I'm blue in the face, to be honest. So it's knowing where to start and where to finish. But maybe I'll get some ideas down and I'll do a full video on homeschooling. Currently, all my videos are shooting from the hip. And there is no plan. There is no strategy right now. We are just having fun. We're being creative. It's giving us a little creative outlet to chat and actually really enjoying making videos and editing videos. I'm always quite excited to edit the videos. Absolutely winging it, shooting from the hip, seeing what comes out my mouth, just turning the camera on really and rolling with it. So that's what we're doing currently. So let's ask Dad about coding time. Explain to Dad what coding time means.
Coding time is like, if we said something like, it can be behind you, diagonally to your right, diagonally to your left. So like horse forward, or like diagonally right, or diagonally left.
So it's how you think. That's correct, Oliver. Yeah. So it's how you think about time
In your brain.
So in your brain, and coding time. Everybody codes time differently.
Really?
So you can code time like, so your past is behind you, future is in front of you, or it could be above you, or to the side of you, or to the left of you. So when you think about past, just think about it now.
Yeah.
Where is it in your mind?
Like point with your hand.
Like, you might need to just sit for a second.
I would say past is probably behind.
Directly, like linear.
Yeah.
If you think about Christmas, where
Like
was
last
it?
year's Christmas.
The Christmas just had. Where is it? Directly behind you.
Like think about it. Like close your eyes.
Oh no, I'd say it's at the side of me.
Oh, okay. It's not below you.
Yeah, I would say like I would say anything really in this year. I would say like anything's here, like just behind.
What
It's like you all.
about
Yeah, just to the side, not like directly behind. I think like childhood is like directly behind, but like Christmas is probably like here.
Okay.
So it's
then-
still there,
So
but
it
it's
kind of
not
like scoops round.
when you were
Yeah.
a
So,
teenager? When you
it's
were
more
a
to the
teenager,
left.
like that.
Yeah.
like
where's
more
that?
behind me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like more
So
behind.
what about this time last year? Or what about when we met?
Probably here again, behind. Yeah.
Okay. Oliver Bourne.
Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about the future then? If you visualise...
Like next Christmas.
Yeah. Where's that?
I would say it's here. Up.
Oh.
Up.
Really?
Yeah, I would say up.
So what about
What
in 10
about
years'
this
time?
Halloween?
10 years time, like further on.
Halloween
Halloween this year?
this year. Halloween.
Yeah, like here.
So
up.
like every event is mostly up there.
But if it's like in a distance, so if you're thinking about Oliver's wedding day,
Like that. Way down the line.
that is so interesting.
Why?
Because I don't see time like that. To me, I see time like,
Forwards, backwards.
well, mine's kind of curved. So if I think about me as a child, it would probably be more like, it's definitely behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely behind me. But when I think of like, if I'm thinking of like the calendar year, it's like on a curve. So if I think about Halloween, it's like in front of me, but it's curved.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what we're saying, aren't we? But we're doing, so our curve, instead of going this way, or my curve is doing that. So
it's going up
it's
and
going
over.
up and over, it's coming down. And my curve for the past is going this way.
Is yours isn't curved though, is it all? Yours is quite straight. But it's
straight and backwards. Really.
on like a diagonal.
Yeah. Like forwards and backwards.
Yeah.
So it's
Like, yeah, I kind of see it like that. It kind of does that, doesn't it? It kind of goes up.
well, you're saying it like we
Oh.
know what yours is.
And it kind of does.
We don't know what your coding time is like.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I guess that's my coding time is like that.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So I read that in my book today, and we checked about it, didn't we all? Because it helps with manifesting, like knowing how to, when you visualise things, you can visualise your future, but then you can bring it back. So yeah, coding time.